Y'all, sheesh. Child universe in that goddamn building, yo. So look, my body's fucking tired. Like, it ain't nothing unusual, but like, I'll tell you why. Because I had this crazy ass dream. So I'm kind of just like, my consciousness is coming back into my body. But it's like I'm a new person in a new body. You get me? Like, if you're going through a transformational phase, then you get what I'm saying. Also, it's the last weekend of the fucking Mercury retrograde, so it's really hitting. Not hard. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, this bitch hitting hard. Not negatively is what I'm saying. But it's real. So let me get straight into it, bro. And I'll include that it's fucking real. Cause like, I just woke up looking fucking crazy. I looked wild. Like, I looked like I had seen and felt some shit. Just been through some shit. Cause I was traveling, bruh. So let me fucking tell you, bruh. Alright, so it was me and a group of 3 other girls. 4 girls total, including myself. It was one jump. She's a demon. I know this for sure. She's always been like that. And it was this other girl. She's kind of just like a human. She's kind, though. Just genuinely about her shit. And I appreciate that. And then some other girl, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I knew her in this travel. Or in that reality. In that realm or whatever. But, I'm not seeing it right now, so I don't care. So we were walking to the bus stop, and it was on the corner of this old neighborhood that I used to live in. And we were just walking, chilling, and randomly the demon bitch and the other girl that like I can't see her face anymore or know her name, they started singing like all this trap ass, gangster rap ass shit. So I fell back, you feel me? And I just stopped walking so they could go ahead, so they could just, be blissfully in their ignorance. Cause shit, whatever. And the girl, we'll call her Kara. Cause she's a main character. Kara, she stopped. Ooh, that shit big as fuck. It's a lot of hornets out here. Ooh, that shit big as fuck. Okay, so Kara stopped. She noticed that I wasn't walking with them anymore. She was like, what's wrong? Why'd you stop? And I'm just like, I don't need this energy. I was just like, I don't need that energy. I don't need this type of shit. For real, yo. So she was like, me either. Well, she was like, okay. Yeah, me either. You see, I'm not walking. I'm being considerate. And when she said I'm being considerate, it was kind of like forceful, but more so like her just trying to prove her worth. Because people just fucking do that. When you got God energy, when you a big dog, people try to prove themselves to you often. So I was like, all right, yeah, you right, cool. So let's walk. Hold on, I gotta fart. I hope it's quiet. Alright, because that would have been wild as fuck. Because I'm not stopping this bitch. I don't feel like editing no more. Not today, at least. So we walking, and we get to the bus stop. What happened first? Alright, so I'm gonna go through the details because I just wrote it down, but like, okay, yeah. Ugh, y'all ain't see that shit. That shit was wild as fuck. Ew. It didn't even look like a bug, but I know it was. Yo. Okay, so alright, so look, we got to the bus stop, and Oh, I know what happened first. Good. Glad that happened. It was me and this fucking Asian guy. Y'all know. If y'all fucking ain't seen that video, watch that fucking video about how whites and Asians are fucking inorganic goddamn beings and Asians are fucking reptilians. Straight up. So it was me and this Asian guy, and he forgot his laptop, his computer or whatever. So we strategically planned how to go and get his fucking laptop, because the house was like really close to the corner. And yeah, but this bus was just like, that shit just wasn't gonna fucking wait. Every time I dream about a bus, it's like that fucking game. I want to say it's like Call of Duty or some shit, but it's like this fucking game, bruh, where it's a bunch of zombies and shit, and you gotta get on this fucking bus to go to like the next stage, and if you miss the bus, then you're fucking hit, bruh. Like, you're fucking hit, and you gotta shoot your way out that bitch. That's how this bus was. And me thinking about it, it was like the only way to escape where we were. What the fuck is that? Bruh! There's so many distractions. So, okay, so we get to the fucking house. We run. Like, we fucking run over that bitch. And, we get in the house. I go upstairs. He goes downstairs. And in that house that I used to live in, bro, it was so much dark energy downstairs. It was, like, partially underground as well. So, like, that's how I know. That's how I know that these niggas inorganic as fuck. These niggas are demons, straight up. And, he went down there. It was a bunch of suitcases and packed fucking bags and duffel bags and shit. And he couldn't find it. You feel me? But I went upstairs to get, like, some Nutri-Grain bars, some shit. Some apple shit. Probably because I'm about to make a pie. But, I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I ended up getting, like, some granola and some, like, fucking little mini fig bars and shit. And, I went to, like, the banister. Because it was, like, one of those houses. It's, like, you walk in, you go upstairs, you go downstairs. There's no in between. And, okay. He couldn't find it. So I'm just standing there. I eventually go to the door and shit. So, because I'm looking for this fucking bus. Because you can't miss this fucking bus, bro. Like, can't miss this fucking bus. And, I don't know. I guess he found it. But I was on the threshold just looking in and looking out and shit. Trying to see what the fuck going on. Because you can't miss this fucking bus. I never saw that nigga again. Straight up. I guess he found it or whatever, but I just left because I heard it was like a tractor trailer, but it was like the truck without the trailer, and it sounded like a fucking bus. So I'm like, oh hell no, pew. I saw that it wasn't the bus though, but I'm like, nah, fuck that. And I told his ass, and he was just like, I don't know what the fuck he said. It's like he can't find it, so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I get to the bus stop. Me and Shawty, me and Kara, we're gonna call her Kara, cause that feels, yeah. We just sitting there, yo, just chilling, waiting, and we look into the darkness. Like, okay, so we're here, and the rest of the neighborhood is here. So we looking into the darkness of fucking the neighborhood, and there's a bunch of ambulances and shit, and like fucking like police sirens and shit. So she was just like, this looks like Crime City. And I was just like, yeah, it does. So, you know me, I'm optimistic. I'm always hopeful. Looking, I just see the brighter side of every situation, even dark times, which we were in, clearly. So we look at the sky. It's like a pink, orange, kind of like salmon fucking, little salmon. There we go. Type of sunset going on, and we could see like the dark silhouette of the trees and shit. So we're looking, and it was kind of like over my neighbor's yard, or my then neighbor's yard, in between their houses and shit. And that was just, I had to include that because that shit is like, it just makes sense. It just makes sense from standing at the corner. Their houses are positioned and everything. It's like, it was the literal neighborhood that I used to live in a while ago. Anywho, we looking at the sky, and I'm just like, yeah, This is beautiful. And I even saw a rabbit jump from a tree into the other tree, and it kind of like descended a little bit, but that jump, sure enough, got to where the fuck it was going. And I wasn't even phased, but I kind of knew that wasn't how like this reality setup that I'm in right now. So so I was like, there was a fucking rabbit. I even just saw a rabbit jump from a goddamn tree, yo, for real. And I just continue to say how this is beautiful and that none of this matters. But I was looking into the darkness, as I said, none of this matters. Just like none of this shit. None of that other shit even matters. Because you can just look at the sky and there's always a way. It's showing you that it's brighter days. But there's always a way out. And your current circumstances are never what you're going to be in forever unless you allow yourself to be so, you know? So, yeah. We just enjoyed that. Soak that in because it was gorgeous. I could still see it and everything. And then shit got crazy dark. It was this fucking white dude, bro. Goddamn dark ass being, yo. Nigga pulled up in like a fucking black Cadillac type of car, and like the inner roof was gone, and I could see his hand like holding some shit like a piece of paper. But the rest of the frame of the vehicle was still there, just like the inner roof part was just gone. Anywho, this nigga parked right in front of where we were, on the other side of the street, on the corner as well. And he just got out talking about a fucking piece of paper, but we all kind of just felt his energy, so we just kind of backed up and was like, who the fuck is this? Like, can you just go away? Like, why are you even over here starting this shit? And he was talking about how he needed to pretty much snatch one of us up, but he couldn't do it without written consent. So he was like, hell no, bro. Like, fuck no. What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here, yo. This nigga was super strong, super dark. Very dark. And in the dark realm, bro, them entities be having superhuman strength. That shit was crazy, because you could just feel it. You could feel it. And, we were just like, fuck no, bro. But Kara, she knew him. Somehow, like she was involved with him or something. Not her, like, you know, in an intimate way or anything, but like her family, they all had ties or some shit. So he started getting hella frustrated, hella aggressive, because we just won't go for that shit, bro. Like, who the fuck is gonna volunteer themselves to be snatched up by some goddamn white dude when we all know how sick and sinister them niggas are? Them fuck ass bitches. Goddamn. She knew him, so she pretty much sacrificed herself. Like, she went forward. Oh, I forgot to add that while he was talking to us, he even like squatted down, because yeah, I don't know, this thing was just like low-key big as fuck, but not like too big, nothing that's like unworldly in this reality. And I asked one of the girls to get my book bag from where he was. That shit was dumb close. It was like right here, bruh. Y'all can't see it, but like this my leg. That shit was like right here next to him. So she got that joint, and he just like looked at the bag, looked at her, then looked in my direction, kind of like at me. But I was hiding behind Shawty, the demon bitch, because her ass big as fuck. She just always just been tall as shit, just big as shit, yo. So I'm like, oh hell nah, bitch. This y'all shit, so this bitch gonna be the demon shield for the day. And yeah, so back to what I was saying. He got frustrated. She sacrificed herself. She was like pretty much she'll do it because she already know what type of time he be on and what type of nigga he is. Not even a nigga, but you get what I'm saying. She took him to her mother's house because she was really young, and she was really young. Like, I'm seeing like her middle school self. And she was too young to sign any forms, bro. So they went to her mother, and they lived in this house that was next door to the house I used to live in. And it was like these niggas that lived there and shit. And yeah, that was the house they lived in. So the mom answered the door. They had a brief conversation, but Kara was still standing by the dude's side. And that's how you know, because if your mama answered the door and you still standing beside some nigga that is not your fucking dad, bruh, like, that nigga must have some ties to you or some shit, like some fucking evil ass shit. Like this nigga gonna beat your ass if you move type shit. And that's the type of time he was on. So she answered the door. They had a brief conversation. She won't going for it. And I don't know what the fuck he did to her, but I forgot. Seriously, I know he hit her ass or some shit, like punched her into the fucking door or some shit and barged in the house. And then it was this demon bitch. It was a fucking white female. It was two of them, but one was a demon and she was a woman. Then there was a girl, like a younger girl, maybe like in her like 19, 20 areas. And yeah, the girl was like a tormented soul, like a human soul, like just she just so happened to be found in that fucking reality, yo. And the bitch was on the banister. The girl, I don't know, she was just like in the middle. I can't really explain it, so I'm gonna just say she was on the banister because it makes sense. And the woman bitch, white bitch, I'm gonna call them girl and white bitch. So the white bitch came out of fucking nowhere, but she was also coming from downstairs. Same energy as the other household that I was telling y'all about. Hella dark energy, bro. She came upstairs and was just like, she didn't even completely get up the stairs though. She was just like, who are you? Like, da-da-da-da-da, who the fuck are you? Like, all these nasty slurs, fucking crazy dark energy, bro. She was just going in, cursing that bitch name, cursing the whole situation. So the girl said something along the lines of like, she's the dude's slut or some shit like that. So this bitch took like, I don't know if y'all know, like, it's like these fucking big ass, they're really long, they're like silver aluminum tubes or some shit used to like transport air. I don't know. I guess I know. Anywho, she took one of them bitches and that shit was like, I don't even know, bro. Like anywhere from like 20, 30 to like 40, 50 feet fucking long, bro. Now I'm gonna just go like 30 to 24 feet long. And she pulled that bitch back and like slung that bitch and hit the girl. And I guess the girl died. But she couldn't die because like they weren't, well shit. I ain't even gonna get into that. But the girl did as fuck. I just saw her lower half, like her legs and her feet, and she was in like this silver shingled dress. She didn't have on shoes. But when I did see her when she was alive, she didn't look like what I saw her dead body as. She was just beat the fuck up. Like she had hella gashes, wounds, blood, fucking bruises, bust face, everything. Like she just was fucked up. Cause they was in there beating the shit out of her ass for real. And it wasn't even for a particular reason. It's just, they kind of just were doing it. And yeah, so the dude told Cara to go get more girls. He was talking about us. So she was beat the fuck up. She had like a bust lip or some shit like that. And she just had blood on her as well. And she left. But I have to include, because I'm just all over the place. When the bitch hit the girl, she was like screaming all of these fucking crazy ass slurs, yo. Like that shit was fucking wild, bro. Like she was like crushing that bitch, but like she was like cursing her name so fucking hard, bro. And yeah, so Cara left. She came to get us, but essentially it was just me and her having a conversation because I don't know where the mother hoes went. And she was like, we gotta go before he pretty much sees where I'm going, where we're going, where I'm gonna take you. So we go through a whole bunch of fucking backyards. We over here climbing fucking gates and jumping fences and shit. And we come to it was like a backyard. And I could hear one of my cousins. I don't even like to claim family for real, because them niggas not my like relatives. But it's one of I guess you could call him my cousin. He's an ancient being as well, but very tormented. I heard his hearty ass roar, for real. That shit, I guess you could say it's a laugh, but that shit was like a fucking roar of a laugh. We heard that shit, and I'm just like, we gotta go there. We went there. We saw him and my parents' son, again, because I don't claim family. we just saw them sitting outside, pretty much just doing shit they used to do, just sitting outside chilling. And we approached them. They stood up and was just like, who the fuck is that? Who are y'all? And they saw it was me and Shawty, so they kind of like calmed their energy or whatever. She explained the situation to them and was saying that she had to pretty much get me out of wherever I was, because he wanted more girls, her, myself, and one of my other female fucking kin folk. Yeah, them. And they was both just like simultaneously like, oh hell nah. So my cousin, he was like, get your ass in the house. And then my parents' son, he was like, he kind of covered it up gently, because that was rude as shit, you know what I mean? It's like, the fuck? He was just like, yeah, just go in the house, cover it up. I don't really know what that means, but cover it up and lock the doors. Just go in the house. So I did so, and I saw my younger self, like my 17, 18-year-old self, go in the house, and there was one of their friends in there. This nigga was like cooking or some shit, but the house was flipped backwards at this point. And I just saw her close the door. Her being my younger self. And they three stood outside, the two dudes and Cara. And she pretty much was just like, she got to get the fuck out of there for he see where she had gone and where I was, pretty much. And that's, at this point, I realized that what I was seeing, and I started to lucid dream. And I was like, this shit crazy as fuck. Like, I just can't even get with it, bro. So, yeah. Because I started imagining a whole bunch of different possibilities. And I was like, oh, if I'm controlling this, if I'm imagining shit, like what could happen and what shouldn't happen, because that would be too scary, I'm going to just get the fuck out of here. So I started dreaming about some other shit. This video is already long enough, and I haven't written the other dream down yet. So, yeah, bruh. Take it how you want to take it. That shit was crazy. You could just see it. You could just see it. I gotta drink some fucking water, because my body been through it, okay? Been through it. I feel good, though, but I can just feel how draining that experience was. I don't know if y'all have ever had, like if you've ever astral projected or lucid dreamed, bro. Like, that shit takes a lot out of you. It's like communicating psychically with the spiritual realm. That shit can drain the fuck out of you, bro. That shit takes so much out of your physical vessel. So it's like, when you come back to this reality, you gotta do what you gotta do to heal your body. Cause yeah. So peace and love, Lord, to my brothers and my sisters. I love y'all. Stay calm, stay peaceful. Please stay protected, guarded, be well, stay abundant, prosperity and abundance, love and abundance, calmness, peace, 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 peace in these final days of this fucking Mercury retrograde, because this shit is getting crazy, yo. So I love y'all. Be easy.